Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Spirituality. Oh, now we getting real. Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Real good. But I'm time to get real.
Time to get real, time to get honest, time to tell you, my dear audience, what's up? Welcome to Reality Spirituality. I'm your host, Rebecca Lynn Norrington, and as usual and as always, I am welcoming you, all of you, to the show. If you'd like to talk to me live, if you'd like to call in and ask Rebecca anything, you can use the number 646-564-9619. Again, 646-564-9619. Call in with your relationship questions, with your life questions. You have to make a decision. Call in to ask Rebecca anything. And who am I? Who am I? What kind of show is this? I'm glad you asked. Reality spirituality, actually, the concept, just that term, reality spirituality, came to me, maybe 8 years ago, 7 years ago, even before I had the radio show. And what that means is getting real with, connecting to our everyday life experiences. I'm not talking about, going to a mountaintop or finding, peace and meditation or or going to a seminar and getting enlightened or, or what else? Or, going to a motivation talk or reading a book. No, I'm talking about everyday common life issues. How to cope with, how to choose your behavior, how to choose your attitude, how to choose your personal vibration, your energy, how to choose your perspective. And in every moment of your day, you have a choice. It's really very simple. It's really simple, but the concepts are simple. But the acting them out, the putting them in practice, let me tell you something, is harder than it looks. But and this show is about our everyday common life. Let me just give you an example. I spoke with a dear friend of mine over the week, and she was talking about her adult son, who, and I'm actually getting ahead of myself. I'm going to save that because I definitely want to talk about that. But I wanted to share with my new listeners, because every week I have new listeners. Every week I have people that have just discovered the show. So for you newbies out there, this show is here. I'm here to share what I've learned about happiness, about how to maintain, how to sustain happiness regardless of what happens, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of your circumstances, regardless of any of that. And I am a self-proclaimed happiness specialist. And what does that mean? That means that when I was younger, I wanted two things. When you make a wish on your birthday, candles, blow out the candles, you make a wish, throw money into the fountain, you make a wish. I always wish for the same two things. Number one, to live to my potential, and number two, to be happy. Now, I don't know about you, but I spent a lot of years thinking that. What I accomplished was going to make me happy. Where I traveled was going to make me happy. And let me tell you something. When I say I thought it, I knew that if I went to Switzerland and skied on the Swiss Alps, I was going to be happy. That was going to make me happy. Traveling, seeing the world, oh, yeah. Going on vacations every year, going to Hawaii every year. That surely was going to make me happy. I have something to look forward to. I have, it's really cool to look forward and anticipate and expect and get excited over a vacation. Yeah. I thought all those things were going to make me happy. I thought getting married to this wonderful, wonderful young man. He's the sweetest, most kind, gentle, considerate. Of course he's going to make me happy. He made me, he made me more miserable than anything. This is the spin. No one or nothing outside of your internal state, your internal self, can bring you the satisfaction, can bring you that feeling that you are looking for. No one, nothing can give you that sense of peace, that sense of contentment, that sense of knowing that everything is in order, that everything is unfolding, listen to this word, perfectly. What I discovered, my dear, dear audience, is that the only way to this journey, to this life of happiness, this life that's going to fill me up, if you will, the only way that I was going to get there, the only path, was looking in the mirror. Ouch. Looking in the mirror. In the mirror has all your answers. The mirror has all of your problems. The mirror gives you all of your solutions to everything and anything that happens to you. Now, again, I don't know about you, but I resisted this truth, this fact. I resisted this for years. There was no way, that somebody else didn't make me angry, or somebody else didn't piss me off, or somebody else wasn't the cause of my frustration, or somebody else wasn't the reason why I felt the way I did. Come on, are you kidding me? It's obvious. It's obvious if my son lies to me, then I'm, that's going to affect me. It's obvious that if my financial situation isn't what is like, where am I going to get my next dollar from? Or I don't have any money to splurge. I'm on a budget. That's why I'm miserable. It's obvious, of course, that my circumstances were the cause of me feeling like crap. Right? Wrong. All of the peace, all of the contentment, all of the good well-being, all of those feelings, being okay with the moment, being okay with my reality, being okay with whatever the universe is dropping in front of me. Excuse me. Being okay with whatever the universe, whatever hand I'm dealt. Whatever hand I'm dealt. Being okay with all of it? Is that even possible? Excuse me. H2O break, excuse me. This is reality spirituality. Being okay with all of it, are you kidding me? With every single thing? Because what I've discovered and what I'm sharing with you, my dear audience, and this is the truth, whether you believe it or not, whether you believe it today or never, that I don't have control over what happens. I don't care how many lists of the things to do lists. I don't care how many goals. I don't care how many vision boards. I don't care how many, clearing my blocks, clearing my chakras, clearing this energy and that energy. I don't care what all that stuff is. I know for a fact that I do not have control over what's happening to me and what doesn't happen to me. Now, you can think differently, and I respect and I love and I appreciate and I allow you to think whatever you want to think. And you can think that I'm wrong. Oh, here we go, wrong, right? You can think that I'm wrong, and that's okay. But for me, in my life, I've discovered that I have no control over anything other than my energy, my personal vibration, my behavior, my attitude, my perspective, my words. And, it's interesting because some people think that they have control over their thoughts. Now, I'm going to add that I do not believe that I have control over my thoughts because, quite frankly, some of the thoughts I think are really, really outrageous. And if asked, Rebecca, do you think that you are? And if asked, if a negative thought about me, why would I have a negative thought about me? Why would I want to do that? I really don't believe that I have control over my thoughts. What I do believe is I have control over how much power I want to give to my thoughts. I do believe that I have control over how much focus I have on these thoughts. It's kind of like watching, and I've said it before, it's kind of like watching television or watching a movie or watching theater. I'm watching it. I'm watching a television show, and I can really get into it and feel it, but I know it's not real. I know it's not real. Same thing with the thoughts. I do not believe that I have control over what I think about, but I do have control over the power that I give to these thoughts. So I choose to give a lot of power over the voice that says you are a divine being, you are an extension of the universe, you are evolving perfectly. You are this entity, this energy. You are a gift to yourself. You are a gift to the world because of whatever energy you're putting out. You contribute to the world. And listen, I contribute to the world, and guess what? I don't even have to leave my house. What? Blasphemy, you say. I don't even have to leave my house because my energy is going out into the world, and whatever that energy is, I am contributing to the world. So if my energy is that of a connected energy, connected to the universe, and yes, I am a physical extension of the universe, and I know that, and I feel that, and I exude that, I am connecting and changing the world, and I don't even have to leave my house. That's my belief. So this thing about, now we get back, that's the bigger picture. And let's get back to another, like a smaller picture, macro. I don't know, what micro? Yeah, smaller picture. smaller picture, and that is our everyday life and our everyday moments. Now, sometimes there's a lot of thought. There's a lot of ways. There's a lot of input. There's a lot of. Hold on a second. I'm trying to look in the queue. I have a few people in the queue, but everyone wants to listen and they don't want to talk to me, which is okay. Area code 646. You can call in and talk to me live. Area code 646-564-9619. Area code 646-564-9619. Talk to me live. And where was I? Oh, yes. I like to encourage my audience to know that you are unique. Now, yes, you're spirit in a human form. Yes, you're energy in a human form, but you are unique. You are as different as your fingerprints. And what does that mean? That means that you are here to discover things about you. You are here to know yourself. You are here to know and discover you, who you really are. You are unique, and because you are unique, you are a gift. That is given. Now, when I was younger, I used to think that I was, this warrior, carry a hammer, and very aggressive, very, this powerhouse. I mean, I wore that skin for decades. But guess what? Fighting, struggling, writing letters, resisting, taking the stand for injustice is really not who I am. Because let me say this, the universe, everything is balanced. And whatever is unjust and whatever is unbalanced, guess what? The universe will balance it all out. I thought I had a bigger role. I thought I was so powerful that I could make a change. Ooh, my left hand's in the air and I'm bald. It's balled in a fist right now. Ooh, I can make a change. Oh, the economy. Oh, the what is it? Global warming. Oh, green. We have to go green. Oh, water shortage. Blah, 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 blah. Now, I used to be a militant. I used to be, this person with always a passionate, passionate cause. And what I've discovered is that having a passion, placing an importance on anything other than my connection to the universe, placing importance on anything other than what is my energy right now in this moment. What energy am I putting out? What energy am I sharing with the world? Me. What energy am I sharing with the world? Am I sharing energy of frustration? Am I sharing energy of annoyance, of impatience, of resistance, of non-acceptance? What energy am I sharing? That is the only cause, the only importance, the only focus of my life. That's it. Now, I had a conversation with someone a while ago, and she says, well, gee, you don't do anything? You don't have goals? You don't have, what? There's something wrong. Well, you know what? It would be wrong for them. That would be wrong for her. That would be wrong for him. But this is who I am, and I have found peace with who I am and what I want to put my focus on and what I want to put my attention to. And the only thing that is important to me is my connection to the universe. That's it. And let me share something with you, because trust me, audience, I didn't come up with all this shit overnight. I've been tortured. I've been dragged through the mud. I've been put on a rack and stretched and stretched and stretched by the universe, because I struggled with everything that I just told you for years. Struggled. Oh, hold on a second. For years. Just 3 weeks ago, I thought that there was importance in a family member getting their Social Security benefits taken away. I thought it was so important that I needed to intervene. And listen, I'm not talking about it's not important and I'm not going to intervene. I'm not talking about it's not important and I'm just going to watch shit go down. But that energy of it is important, that energy of this is important, does not feel good, is not universal, disconnects me from the universe. Now, there's a different energy of I'm going to do everything that I can. I'm going to do my best. I am going to take the steps to try to undo this person trying to extort money, Social Security money, from a disabled person. I'm going to do everything that I can in my power. I'm going to stay on it. I have some resources. I'm pretty smart. I'm not stupid. Okay, I'm going back to the Godfather 2. I'm not stupid like people say. That was Fredo with Al Pacino. What is Al Pacino's character? I can't think of it right now. Al Pacino. Okay, anyway, I'll think of it in a second. So it's a different energy that I'm putting out. Yes, I am going to do all the things I can. I'm going to go from step A, who can I talk to, how can I report this, what can I do to change it. You know, I spent actually almost 3 weeks taking care of this situation. But in the beginning, when I found out that a family member was being taken advantage of, let me tell you something. I placed a lot of importance on that. In other words, I was in a frantic mode, and I felt like crap. I paced. I couldn't sleep. I was worried. It was on my mind. I wasn't me. I wasn't connected to the universe. My connection to the universe is the only thing that is important. My energy in every moment is the only thing that's important. And see, the universe, for me, I call them, sometimes I call them bad names because they really drag me over the coals. Hot coals too, audience, because the universe knows every my nook and crannies, all the cobwebs, all the things in my life that can ignite a different energy, that can cause me to get off of my game, if you will, that can cause me to disconnect. And see, because I've asked, and I've asked with all of with every intention, and I've asked with everything that I want to be happy, regardless of what happens and regardless of what doesn't happen. How can I do that, universe? How do I get closer? How can I be more of a universal entity than this human entity? Well, anytime you ask, the universe answers. The universe responds. And so the universe is responding. Rebecca, you want to be happy? You want to live connected? You want to live like you're okay with whatever happens? You want to trust? You want to surrender? You want to allow this life to unfold the way that we've designed it? And you want to do it with a smile on your face? Okay, we can help you with that. We can help you with that. First, we have to let you know that you're putting a lot of importance on things that are not important. How does that feel, Rebecca? How does that feel to put a lot of importance on something that doesn't matter? It feels like shit. It feels like crap. It feels horrible. You like that? No. Well, then stop labeling anything and everything important. But what if my mother's sick and I need to? Not important. You can still go through whatever actions you have to take, whatever behaviors you have to implement, but to label anything important is going to subtract from your happiness and subtract from your connection. Period. Case closed. So what does that mean? I don't know about you, my dear audience, but I spent decades of labeling things important. And I've just found out in the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it started 3 weeks ago, that behavior of labeling anything from health to finance to other people being taken advantage of to whatever you want to fill in the blank, will always subtract from my happiness. Hey, and it was like, it wasn't like an aha moment, because I already knew that, labeling things important wasn't wasn't universal. But I still hadn't, you clean under the refrigerator, or you clean in the corners, or you clean in the crevices, or you get the cobweb, you look under the bed and you do all that cleaning. There was still some debris. There was still some debris in my life that, 90% of the things you're not labeling important. Yeah, you don't care if somebody cuts you off in traffic. Yeah, you don't care if somebody screams at you. I actually had a police officer scream at me 2 days ago when I was driving because, yes, I had the phone in my hand. It was on speaker, but yes, I had the phone in my hand, and he drove right beside me. This was a motorcycle cop, and he drove right beside me, and I was like, whoa. I already knew I had the phone in my hand, and I rolled the window down. On his side, he was on my passenger side, and he starts screaming at me, "Put the phone down and drive!" I mean, this is a police officer. This is a sheriff screaming at me. And guess what? I didn't lose my connection. I was really connected. I was like, "I'm sorry, officer. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry." I was just grateful that I didn't get a ticket. "Sorry, officer. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Sorry." I mean, not even a rise. See, that kind of stuff's easy for me now. There are things that are really easy for me. But there are still some things that I deem to label important. And the universe is really there. It's really there for me. And you want to be a happiness specialist? You want to be happy? Well, there's still some things that you think are important, Rebecca. And the universe just exposes me and shines the spotlight on me. Like if you're getting interrogated by the police and that bright spotlight is on you and you're sweating, and They got it all out of me. Yes, I think that somebody trying to extort a family member from their Social Security benefits was important. And believe me, I paid for it with my thought, with my energy. I was upset. I couldn't sleep. I was worried only because I deemed it important. Again, I'm not saying I'm not doing anything about it, but I deemed the situation important. Health issues. Everybody knows, if you listen to the show, I had arthroscopic hip surgery, not hip replacement. Arthroscopic hip surgery. I'm recovering from it. Still haven't been able to exercise. I'm doing really good. Is it important? No. Mother's health, not doing, things are going on. Not, it wasn't 5 years ago. Some health challenges. Does it mean that we're not going to get the best care? Does it mean that I'm not going to be there? Does it mean that no? But the energy of this is important has got to go. I spoke with a really dear friend of mine this week, and this is really interesting to me. Well, again, and I want to ask you, if you want to call in, you are welcome to call in and talk to me live, area code 646-564-9619. And I have a brand new book out. Well, brand new. It's out in April, called RealitySpirituality, The Truth About Happiness. And you can find it online, Google, Amazon. Go to my website at RebeccaNorrington.com. Follow me on Twitter at RLNorrington. Also, so I'm talking to one of my friends I've known her since we were 13 years old. And she shared with me a story about her son. And her son is almost 20 years old. And she's concerned because her son, her only son, plays video games from the time he wakes up to the time he goes to sleep. It seems like that's the only thing that's important to him. He doesn't want to, he doesn't want to do anything around. I mean, that's his life. And she has spent, and I'm sharing this, and sometimes she listens to the show, she has spent so many years wanting something different and thinking that his life, the way he's living his life, is so, the label is wrong, that this is really, really subtracted from her own happiness. It's really subtracted from her own life. But like I said in the beginning of the show, there is a choice. You make a choice. No one else, even children, even parents, even husbands, even wives, significant others, no one else is in charge, is in control of your happiness. And she shared a really interesting story with me, and I want to share it with you. One of her things is he doesn't wash the dishes. And she gets, what do mothers do? Nag, wash the dishes, you have to do this, you have to vacuum, you have to do chores, you're living in this house, you have to do chores. And I hit her with, why are you trying to get somebody to do something? That really alone subtracts from happiness. I cannot, listen, if I want the house vacuumed, I'm going to vacuum it. If I want the dishes washed, I'm going to wash the dishes. Now, it sounds kind of crazy and backwards, but it's not about what somebody else does or somebody else doesn't do. It's about taking control over your happiness. And I actually sent her a message a couple of days ago about a solution, because whatever is going on in your life, my dear audience, whatever is happening that you think is subtracting from your happiness, guess what? Look in the mirror and find a solution. It's really very simple. It's not practiced as often, but all it is thinking outside the box. And this is the solution. I don't know if you can think of a solution for this dear mother, but this was my solution. Paper plates. If somebody doesn't wash dishes, they can use paper plates, paper cups, paper forks, plastic forks, plastic cups. Those are their dishes now. They use the dishes, throw them in the trash. You know, you can always compost it if you're into the energy. You can compost your garbage. But that's the solution. There are always solutions to every issue, to every circumstance you are faced with. There are always ways that you have to take control over your life, your happiness, your decisions. Asking somebody else to do anything. Don't forget to call me. Don't forget to, list the chores. Can you A, B, C, D? Whenever you ask and you expect somebody else to do something for you or to do anything, don't forget to drop the mail in the mailbox. Don't forget to, fill it in. You are setting yourself up for failure. You are setting yourself up for a big unhappiness sandwich. Trust me, I've been through it. One of the things, because I have a son, and when he comes to visit me now, listen. You're listening to the queen of rules. You can't eat in your room. Where were all my? Oh, you take out the trash. You have to contribute to the household. You have to contribute. Whatever the hell that meant. I'm telling you right now that when he didn't, because come on, people they forget or they don't want to or whatever. Whatever, passive, whatever the reason. I was miserable. Then I have to have this conversation. Why didn't you? I told you to, and you forgot, and now it's all a big ball of drama. It's a big ball of drama soup. So, maybe about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I hit my son up with something that he didn't even believe came out of my mouth. I told my son, because he was coming to visit, and I told him, I said, you know what? His name's Nathan. I said, you know what, Nathan? Mama, your mama's got some new rules in the house. And this kid was really ready for some new rules because, believe me, I had a stack of them. He's really ready for, adding to his list of rules that I had in the house. He got out his little pencil and paper and, adding to the rules, mom's rules in her house. She's got rules. Listen, audience, the house that I live, I am so, listen, the house doesn't have to be straightened up. But there is an energy in this house, and it is pristine, and but the pristine, what I'm talking about pristine is the energy is so peaceful in this house. And when I asked my son to do A, B, or C, I was actually subtracting from that peaceful energy. I was actually adding a fly into the ointment. So about a year and a half ago, before my son came to visit, I said, yep, I got a new rule. All right, Mom, what is it? Okay, I'm ready. What is it? Because quite honestly, audience, he broke all the other rules anyway. All the rules were always broken. And then it led to big back and forth, and why didn't you, and all this bull crap. So the new rule is, and I was talking to him on the phone. I said, Nathan, these are the new rules in your mom's house. You ready? All right, Mom, what? The new rule is, Nathan, there are no rules. What? There are no rules. My new rule is there are no rules in this house. If there is something in this house that I want done, I'm going to do it. If there is something in this house that I see needs to be addressed, fixed, or, changed, I'm going to change it. If I want the trash out, if I want the garbage trash out, if I want the big barrels I have to lug into the front yard, if I want to do that, Nathan, can you take the trash out? You know how many times he forgot to take the trash out? Come on now. No, I'm going to do it. The new rule in my house, over a year and a half, there are no rules. Now, the first thing my son said to me was, I don't know who you are, lady, but you put my mother back on the phone. I don't know who you are. You kidnapped my mother. Let me talk to my mother. I don't know who you are, but this is not my mother. I said, oh, yes, this is your mother. This is a woman who is taking charge and taking control, and more importantly, taking responsibility for my happiness. And I will not use you as an excuse anymore. I will not use the circumstances as an excuse anymore. I will not use anything, events, people, finances, health, as an excuse anymore as to be the reason why I'm not happy. Because happiness is my priority, is my goal, is what I want, need, desire, is who I am. And there will be nothing that is going to take away from that, not on my watch. So yes, when you come to my house now, there are no rules. Now, if you know me, you know that was some crazy talk. That was like, what, is she possessed? What? But that is who I am right now. But there was still more. And that's why I said 3 weeks ago that the universe threw in my face, exposed me that, yes, I still thought certain things were important. And the other thing, also thinking that something is important, is resisting reality, resisting what is, resisting the moment. So when I resist and I place a label of importance on any situation, I am miserable. I could feel it. I feel like I'm wearing shoes 3 sizes too tight. I feel like I have a wig snapped on my head that's just like squeezing. I feel it doesn't feel comfortable. And I don't know about you, but I want to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable because when I am comfortable and when I am relaxed and when I do know and trust that everything is happening around me for a perfect reason, and the universe has my back, and the universe, everything that is unfolding is for my betterment, everything that happens is for a great lesson for me to get and learn so I can even be happier. I can't believe I lost my point. What the hell? What? Okay, the happier. Oh, got it. Jesus. Okay. When I am in that state of being open and being okay and being connected and arms out and surrendering and not resisting and not labeling anything important and all of that, guess what? Those are the times where I get messages, where I get inspiration, where I get communication with the universe. The more open I am, the more I allow the universe to flow through me freely, flow in this life, flow. The more I am in that state, the more information, the more connectedness, the more things it's like getting to another level. It's like climbing the steps to even more. I don't have the words. But you get exactly what I'm saying. And you feel exactly what I mean. This life, in my opinion, my purpose is to evolve and to grow and to know the truth and to discover who I really am. I am the universe. You are the universe. I am a physical example of the universe. Whew. Well, that's all of the show today. That was pretty. I don't even remember everything I said, but I know I was feeling it, and I'm so glad and so grateful that my audience, my dear audience, listens and gets it and gets me, and whether it's one person listening or billions of people listening, it doesn't even matter. It really doesn't matter. It's not important. What's important is my connection and sharing with you. Again, I don't pretend to have all the answers, but what I want to do is share what I've learned. And if it resonates, if anything that I say resonates with you, then yay. But I'm here to give you that, yeah, come on, let's do this. Let's do this life. Let's experience this life. Let's enjoy all of it. You know, who am I to label something good or something bad or circumstances? Who am I to label that? In fact, when I do label anything, oh God, this shouldn't have happened. Oh, this is horrible. This is terrible. What? I learned to label, and I'm going to learn to unlabel. All labeling subtracts from happiness. I know I'm getting out but I just want to share with you again, all labeling, anything subtracts from happiness. Woo-wee! Reality Spirituality is heard every Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you'd like the information you've received here, you can go to my website. I do offer coaching. You can go to my website. It's RebeccaNorrington.com. That's RebeccaNorrington.com. Go to the private sessions tab. Also follow me on Twitter at RLNorrington. And if you've enjoyed the show, and I know that you have, because I have, and even if you haven't enjoyed the show, go to Facebook, go to Reality Spirituality, and like the Reality Spirituality Facebook page. Until tomorrow, I'll be here again. My dear audience, I want to remind you who you are. You are a physical extension of the universe. Let's represent the universe. Let's go out there trusting. Let's go out there surrendering. Let's go out there allowing, flowing, non-resisting anything, resisting nothing. Let's go out there loving unconditionally. And more than important, when I say loving unconditionally, it starts with that person in the mirror. It starts with looking in the mirror and looking at yourself and saying, you know what? I accept everything about you. Everything about you I accept without judgments, without conditions. Accept yourself. Love who you are, just like the universe accepts and loves you. Love is patient and love is kind. Be patient and be kind to yourself. Be your own best friend. Remember, you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. Let's connect again tomorrow. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality. Talk to you tomorrow. Love you, audience.
Yeah. Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality Spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this